Happy almost Christmas, pre-K team. God is moving so much, and this week between our regular weekend services and our Christmas Eve services, we have the opportunity to touch so many hearts and impact so many eternities. So just make sure we're coming this week with our enthusiasm so we can see these people and let them know that they are seen and loved, and let's leave them with hope. So I'm going to go over our curriculum for the 21st for Sunday, and we're going to start with our coloring sheets as usual, and then our pre-story activity is like a hot and cold game where the curriculum says to hide a baby doll, but to make it a little easier to hide, we have little stuffies, like our first time gift stuffies. So you'll just hide those around the room, have the kids close their eyes while you hide it, and then you're gonna do kind of like a hot and cold game, but instead of hot and cold, you're gonna use red and green as your words. Red if they're not near the stuffy, and green if they're walking closer and in the right direction. And we're gonna tie this back into our story because they're searching for a baby, just like in our story, we're searching for a baby Jesus. If the words of red and green are too hard for the kiddos, just go with hot and cold, and that's totally fine. After that, once everyone's in and settled, we'll go ahead and move into worship. And this week we are doing the songs that we've been doing the whole month of December, the Christmas Joy and the other one, I can't remember the name of it, but the ones that we've been practicing. And then we'll move on into Callie's World and our memory verse, and it's the memory verse that we've been practicing all December, and it is, I am the light of the world, John 8:12. So in my room we like to do, I, point to ourselves, am the light, turn your lights on, make our threes or our W's, of the world, John 8:12. We do this a couple times. We go really super fast, and then we slow it way down just so it sticks in their brains a little better. So after we've done worship, we've done Callie's World, we've done our memory verse, then we're gonna review the story that they just heard from Callie's World. And in this Bible, they have a really beautiful version of the story. So if you want to use the Bible, 4 and 5 has 2 of these. And I think there's one of these in every classroom, but I love this. The pictures are so beautiful, and the story gives you a little more information. But you can also follow along on the script, and then use the circle time to kind of connect them back to the story, remind them what we're doing and why. Then after that, we're gonna go over the big idea, which for this week is God gives us a Savior to guide us. So you're going to talk about that through the script, but remind them and have them do it with you. God, or you can do this, God gives us a Savior to guide us. And we have the stars that we've been using for the whole week, and you'll have those too, so you can have them go over it with you. And then for their take-home activity is another craft. It's an ornament. Isn't it so cute? It's a little sheep. So we're gonna get to talk about the shepherds and how they got to see baby Jesus, and the kiddos are gonna make their own little sheep to take home, and the clothespins will help it hopefully stand up, and if it doesn't, that's all right. We can turn it into an ornament. I tested this. The glue sticks to the beverage lids just fine. So everything looks pretty good, easy. Although it is glue, it should be dry pretty fast, so I wouldn't worry about that and moving it around. So you can do that closer to the end. And then for the last activity is a drive-through nativity, which I love to do these little experiences where you drive through the lights or you drive through a nativity scene with your family in the car. So you can assign some of the roles from the story, the Christmas story. Have a ruler, have a Mary, a Joseph, maybe pretend to have a baby, have some shepherds, an angel, however many kids you have, just spread out the roles, and then have them kind of set up in different stations around the room. And the rest of you pretend like you're on a road trip and you're driving through the room to go and see the nativity and follow the story. Have the kiddos that are driving with you follow along and then even tell you, oh, look, there's part of the story. Who is that? Is that the angel? What did the angel do? Who is the ruler? Why was he in the story? So just connect that back to the story that they're learning and in the Christmas story. So this is not our last opportunity for the Christmas story with these kiddos, because they will get it again for our Christmas Eve services. And I just want to remind you guys, it's not too late to sign up to attend or to serve for Christmas Eve. A special reminder, before our first service each day, the 23rd and 24th, we will have the super family-friendly service. They're all family-friendly, but the 3 p.m. on the 23rd and the 1 p.m. on the 24th, before those we will have some bounce houses and a little mini petting zoo experience. So come and bring your families and attend those if you can, or if you're already signed up to attend, no worries, you can still come and check it out and come back later, maybe get a bite to eat. Or if you are not signed up to serve and you are available, we really need help at 7 p.m. on the 24th. I know it's late, so if you don't have family plans, please, if you are available and flexible, we would love to have you help us out so we can make sure that everyone gets to experience the Christmas story in a meaningful way so that we can reach those hearts and leave them with hope. So thank you guys so much for all that you're doing. I know it's a busy time, but you are just going to see the fruit of God's faithfulness and your work. So thank you so much for all that you're doing, and I'll see you on Sunday. Have a good week. Bye.